sit under arm bar here. Our same arm bar setups can apply. You guys can come to high guard, use that to come here. Now if he starts stacking me, okay, Garrick's trying to keep his arm bent, which is what's going to keep his elbow safe here. Now notice my hips are off the mat, this is important. So I'm going to change my grips. You can let off this little pressure so it's out here. Alright. So right now I'm gripping with my bottom arm. When you take my top arm through, grip through. If you have a gi on, you can grab your gi. I like to get a nice deep grip down towards my hip, control it. Now with my bottom hand, I'm going to keep my knuckles facing away from my hip and just kind of slide down, come to the back side of his, what's that knees here? I'm going to come to the back side of his far knee. Far knee is important. I'm not going to come here, go all the way through. Now when I do that, turn my palm out and swivel underneath. Good. You gotta keep my knees pinched, ready to go on the back of his head. I can finish the arm already if he lets me. Again. So we're here. Get your high guard arm bar, we'll get that drill in. Coming up, controlling, he stacks me. Bottom hand goes through. Swivel underneath. Keep my knees pinched. Put this foot up on the back of the head. You guys remember doing this before, right? You got a little finish here, just keep that thumb facing out of your chest, get the tap. Look back to the head. Gotta get it. Gotta get that. What's gonna do? It's gonna start breaking his base. As I start to roll, it's gonna tuck his head down, put him in like a somersault position. Now Garrick's gonna look away from his legs. He's gonna look away from the arms trapped here so he can roll out of this and not break his head. So I'm going to reach up and grab his foot. If his foot's really far away, I'm going to come up on my knees and get it. Now you guys notice I'm coming in, dropping to the ground, grabbing the outside of his foot. And when I do this sweep, I'm going to twist my core and bring his leg over top of my body. I'm getting the roll here. Come up and put the knees together.
Well, there's no place to sit, no window seats. You got the walls all around you from your head to your feet. Well, you try to look good in your Sunday's best. Try to take what you can till you find no rest.
This move's really nice. This is Phil. Fearless Phil. He took first in our last tournament we went to, and used this move. So it works. We did this last semester. Most of you got here for that. So Garrick's laying down. I want you guys to start the mount now. You guys know all your business. Get the elbows up. Get the elbows up. Get the high mount coming through. Control your S mount.
10 seconds, but I'm not sure.
Going down for your arm bar.
It went away.
Sorry about that. So in this position, no matter how if he's doing his palm-on-palm grip, it's fine. A lot of times we swivel with this arm bar. Before you even sit down, he's sitting up on top of you. Just kind of bring it up over. You start stacking already. Immediately go to this. Immediately swivel under, defends, get up here. Go out. Okay? This drill where you're on this arm. Okay? As soon as he comes up, swivel. The grips up the head. So what we're trying to do now is take these fundamentals and make them as efficient as possible. So we have this one arm bar hip from guard, one arm bar hip from mount. So we tie them together with this swim move we're doing, this Bravo technique is where I took it from. That way they can tie them together, keep hitting and keep chasing that arm. They're using the same tactics from the mount, from guard, if they start losing the arm bars to go into the stack. So that way I'm giving them just a few moves they can use in a bunch of different positions. Keep that efficiency, keep that basic fundamental philosophy going. So like I said, I can only have them for a little bit. So this will get them the most for their time here.
gotta hammer them nails on down to the ground. You gotta hammer them nails on down to the ground.
More so, I'm very laid back on the mat. I'm smiling every class. I love being out there training that way. I do a lot of drilling. I don't just roll. Let's just roll because I don't have the knowledge to show some. I think in his association, you get a lot of materials. You go over a lot of things. You stay strong on the basic and you work off of those basics. It's not just every fancy move you learn you show. It's just how you do it and how you get your message across to somebody. And I like it that way. I like to drill a lot and maybe roll for 15, 20 minutes a class. Now we have open mats and places where free rolls you can do. You can roll as much as you want. But in a class setting, I want my guys, I got to give all the students an opportunity to learn something, not just fight all the time.
Well, what are your personal goals as an instructor and as a martial artist at this point in your career?
My personal goals is going to be much different than a younger person right now. My personal goals is to keep it the way I have it right now. My personal goal is to keep my family close. I have a son that trains with me, Santino, who's a brown belt under the Pedro Sauer Association also, and a brown belt he tested in front of Pedro Sauer for it. It's very important to me to keep this place as tight as it is. I need my family helping me. I have my wife that works in another style that we have here, and my other son that works in another style that we have at Steel City. My personal goal is to keep this place tight. Everyone respects each other. My students have fun with each other out here. I don't need any real tough guys to hurt each other. We're still train hard. Remember, this is an intense sport, and I got to keep it laid back for people to come here and have fun. I want to make sure that my instructors become better than me. That's a big deal to me. I don't want them to be just as good as me or only do what I do. I don't want to tie their hands up. I want them to keep learning, learn more, teach our own style, and some of my students will favor their styles, and it makes our school better and stronger. We have a very loyal school base here, and I have a highly respectable school. I want to keep it that way. It's a big deal to me. I like being a respectable school.
How important is competition to learning jiu-jitsu? How important is it to you that your students compete?
Competitions are not the most important things here at Steel City, and it's not the most important thing that I believe in. I've done them, I love them. So, but competition isn't for everybody. People have constraints. They can't go. They have families. They don't like that fighting atmosphere. You got to remember, first of all, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu wasn't made for competitions. It was made for self-defense, and people forget that. I really feel strongly that when you walk into a school, you should have goals. And if your goal is to compete, that's great. But a lot of times, when somebody walks in that door, that's competition enough. They didn't think they could ever do something like that. They've never played a sport before. They never done that. I want to make them healthier, stronger, more confident in themselves. Look what they've accomplished. They never thought they could do that. I wish I had a nickel for every time somebody said to me, I can't believe I could do this. That's my competition. But then again, you have people that love competitions. And I like competitions a lot. And I strongly like to go see and watch them. But I don't push anybody unless they want to be pushed. I will never be on top of my students saying, you got to compete to make my name better. I won't do that. It's not fair to them. If they want that and they want to fight their fears to become better, I will do everything in my power to help them out. I'll even hold an extra class. I'll give them some private instruction just to get them where they got to be. I want them to do the best they can, and that's the way I believe in. Competitions are great in one way, but they're not the only way. They're not the only way.
Do you have any general advice for grapplers entering competition?
Grapplers entering competitions. First of all, be glad you're there. You're healthy enough to compete. A lot of people wish they could be there and can't do it. I mean, just look around. Look at your surroundings and just be so happy you're there. You got to keep that attitude.